Welcome, and I'm so excited you are here. Are you ready to get started? Let me grab a quick sip of my coffee. I invite you to have some water, coffee, or tea as well. That's good. It's still a little hot, but it's great. Listen, my intention for today's training is giving you an experience like we were sitting at the local Starbucks just having coffee together. This creates more connection, and that's one of the main focuses I have with those I work with. So, today's master training, Fit and Fulfilled at 40, how to prevent a midlife crisis and start the best and healthiest years of your life. My name is Coach Brian Prana. I want to thank you for attending today's training. I appreciate you taking the time to be here because I'm sure you are busy. On this training, we will be diving into the topic of midlife transformation and what that means for you. I help women prevent a midlife crisis by focusing inward to better their bodies, families, careers, and most importantly, themselves. I've come across so many women that are seeking change in their personal world. They feel down on themselves. Guilt, shame, and blame take over their decisions for how they feel and what they do every day. They wake up one day and are simply struck when they look in the mirror and find themselves so far off of what's true for them. They simply avoid the mirror at all costs due to the pain it causes inside. They begin seeking self improvement in areas of health, relationships, careers, and it's time to take charge and put themselves first. This shows up as a midlife transformation through the way you live each day with energy in life, have connected relationships you're engaged in, and have a career that you're passionate about. So, I want to take a brief moment and thank you for signing up for this training. I can tell that you are an amazing person who desires more for yourself. This is about midlife transformation and what that means for your everyday. What it means for you when you first wake up to start your day powerfully. What it means for you to end your day feeling happy and grateful of the opportunities that came your way. The truth is, you deserve way more than you are allowing yourself to have and experience in your life. But first, before we begin, here's some quick housekeeping items for today's training. Turn off distractions, Facebook, silence your phone. Make sure to move to a private room so you can focus on the powerful shifts we're going to share today. This training will be about 60 minutes, so now you don't have to worry about it lasting much longer than that. I value your time and mine as well. My coaching is all about results, and I know for a fact that the best clients I work with want to achieve their results in a short amount of time with the clearest possible direction they can get. Also, have a piece of paper and pen ready because throughout today's training, I'll be challenging you on a couple shifts that need to take place and how you can gain some valuable insights as to where you are and what you need to do about your present state of being. Quickly about myself, as I'd like to get back to talking more about you and the powerful shifts ahead. Who am I? I've been a professional in the fitness and nutrition field for the last 15 years, where I have countless certifications, like 15 plus. I've been a personal trainer coaching thousands of hours of in the trenches, working hand in hand with my clients. A CrossFit gym owner who led Betsy Finley to become a CrossFit world champion, helped Gretchen reach the Boston Marathon, and worked with Esmeralda and gained a whole new perspective on work-life balance. More on her later. You can see Betsy and Gretchen as well. On a more personal note, I'm a husband of 11 years to my high school sweetheart Amber, a father of four to Levi, Everett, Maxwell, and my youngest daughter Emmeline. Now you might be wondering, why does this guy care so much about women's well-being? Well, here's the reason just for that. Although I love having boys, I'm definitely drawn to Daddy's little girl. She's took me hook, line, and sinker. There she is. At the young age of 2, Emmeline shows me the importance of being a great husband to my wife, Amber, but also being a great father to her as well. I aim to parent her the best way possible, and that starts with loving Amber and showing Emmeline a man's love to his wife, and then leading Emmeline to be a confident, independent, and strong woman so she can go out and live her life with a passion and a desire that is clear and present with her daily. 20 to 30 years from now, I can't see her living life any other way. Nothing excites me more to see a woman take back her feminine power when she becomes confident in both her body and her life. There are countless number of examples of the breakthroughs that women achieve in many areas of their life, from physical achievements like the ones mentioned earlier to the inner confidence that breaks down barriers that were holding them back. We'll talk about Dana on that in a little bit. So make sure to stay until the end of the training because I'm going to be offering you 2 free gifts. First, the slides from this training. And secondly, at the end of the training today, I'll be opening up opportunities to speak with me one-on-one, personally, about how you can create your own midlife transformation today. Whatever your biggest challenges are, I've seen it and I know how to overcome it. On this session, I will work with you to craft a step-by-step game plan to hit these 3 powerful shifts I'm going to go over with you. Now let's get started. If any of you ladies out there have read The 5 Love Languages, it's a great book if you haven't yet read it. I recommend it. Let me introduce to you the powerful analogy of the emotional cup. Bear with me here. Imagine that you're a cup and your emotions and happiness are the liquid in that cup. How is your emotional cup right now? Is it empty? Is it full? More in the cup in a little bit. Let's realize this one important thing, and that's that you have been putting yourself behind everyone else in your life. Everyone else is ahead of you. Now, this is a noble cause, and I totally understand why you would do so. Women are givers, and they want to tend to those important to them first, rather than put themselves first. I bet most of you ladies on this call are running a little bit low with your emotional cup right now. And that's okay. That's why you're here. And I'm so happy you are. The shifts today will fill your cup right up. There's a myth out there that women can't have it all. But I'm here to tell you that you can and you will. Have you ever heard of midlife mirror angst syndrome? Well, behavioral psychologist Susan Quallam says more than 90% of women in their 40s and 50s are so fed up with their image, they suffer this issue. A survey of 1,200 women found that changes brought on by age, combined with the youth-obsessed fashion industry, led to a dramatic drop in body confidence for women the older they get. Beyond body confidence, there's a 6-letter word that will take its toll on your body and your mind. It's called stress. Must deal with almost debilitating stress on a daily basis, as I'm sure you have dealt with your fair share. When stress builds up, the body breaks down from your health, nutrition, and most importantly, your mindset. I came across some alarming stats related to women's health that are associated to stress that directly affect your personal health. More importantly, they will cost you time, money, and often leave you feeling less than you should. Stop and think if you know someone close to you that has dealt with some of these issues. Maybe your mother or a close grandparent could have developed these health issues. In the study from the journal JAMA, 40% of women in the U.S. are considered overweight. There's an estimated annual healthcare cost of over $190 billion. There's an estimated 13.4 million women that have been diagnosed with diabetes. An estimated 25% of women, which is nearly 300,000, die due to the effects of heart disease. Aren't these numbers staggering? I mean, migraines plague overly stressed women and often leave them debilitated for one or more days, which totally shuts down their daily progress. Depression and anxiety can lead to medications such as Zoloft, which only treat the symptoms rather than the main issues and never truly help in the long run. These numbers make me so upset to think of how many amazing women are suffering out there. Suffering for their families, their husbands, their friends, their work, but most importantly, themselves. Now imagine, not only does this cost you your precious time, but your hard-earned money as well. What if you were in this position? Would you like spending over $500 of out-of-pocket in health care costs for you to buy diabetes testing strips or cholesterol medications related to heart disease? Not only your money, but look at your time and how even a migraine can affect the time you spend with your family. Imagine you have a family dinner planned this Saturday night. You all are celebrating your daughter's accomplishments at school and come down with a migraine earlier in the day. Most often, it would be so bad it would leave you hiding in the dark, ultimately leading to you canceling the whole dinner, ruining your plans for the celebration. And to make it worse, it probably would last into the following day. Or ever deal with anxiety from a work project? You have ideas on how to move a project forward, but don't know how to tell the team. You just don't know how the team's going to react. Presenting your new ideas can sometimes leave you paralyzed from making the important decisions that can determine how the project will turn out. I get to see this firsthand with my clients nearly every day. I work with women in their late 30s and early 40s who are dealing with stress and are at their wits' end. They've been giving so much of themselves to others for so long, whether it's at work or their families. Their emotional cups are empty, and there is nothing left for them to give. At this point, as well, health issues such as fatigue or even osteoporosis start showing up when they visit the doctor. Medications are being prescribed. Juggling home life goes into overdrive with your husband and children. These issues are exactly what we will be going over today. It's important to see how most of you on this training have put yourselves last and finally realize it. You finally want to put yourself first, and I commend you for that. The Australian blogger Bronnie Ware is the author of the 2011 book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. She writes that the regret she heard the most often was, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. I'll say it again. I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. The second regret was, I wish I didn't work so hard. Hopefully you can see these are powerful statements you don't want to relate to either. In today's society, we drive ourselves to the point of no return, to work hard for someone else and live a life we are expected to. If you look at your current situation today, do you find yourself there? It's so important to strive away from these types of feelings and look inward towards what you want for yourself. Unmet expectations will lead you feeling some of these regrets. The regrets of you not doing what it is that is true to yourself. So today, we are going over the 3 shifts you'll need to prevent a midlife crisis. We will first start with a vision of your future self and who you need to become. Then, taking a look at your health and how that's affecting your life. Lastly, examine what's in your mind and your surrounding environment. And we will be diving into each of these areas of self-care that will allow you to create the life you've always wanted for yourself. Let's start your midlife transformation today. Here's me with my arms crossed, trying to be serious. I am also going to be challenging you today. The challenges will be about any limiting beliefs you might have in yourself. I will gently push you out of your comfort zone and question certain habits you might have. Your inner belief in yourself will allow you to rise or fall. If your limiting beliefs get the best of you, they will shut down your hopes and dreams. Become aware of them and let them go. If some of these challenges make you think twice about how you are living your life each day, then even better. I'm here to push you to new limits. These new limits are the place where you'll live fit and fulfilled moving forward. All right, now, who is this training for? Let's make sure you are in the right place. This is for the women around the age of 40 who have done some great things in their life, from nurturing a family to rising up to the ranks of their career. But you are wondering where the time has gone. You've looked in the mirror and don't recognize the person looking back at you. You've grown frustrated with your body and how your clothes aren't fitting anymore. You eat whatever is quick and easy and see how that approach is causing your energy to drag when you need it the most. You've been struggling with important relationships in your life, such as connecting with your significant other, from just spending time together to creating more passionate and intimate times with each other. You feel you've hit an all-time low with your confidence, and even the glimpse of how you felt in your youth seems hopeless. Guilt, shame, and blame cloud your judgment moving forward. Now, on a brighter note, your dreams. You dream of gaining back your youthful energy, shopping your own wardrobe and fitting back in your favorite skinny jeans, creating deeper connections with your family, friends, more than ever, whether it's just listening to them better or letting your personality really shine that they all love so much. Or getting promoted in your career, whether you work for someone, or maybe hiring on a new client if you work for yourself, and feeling great about your work in the marketplace. And lastly, being your authentic self, understanding who you are in this day and age, and understanding how you can take control of your future while feeling fit and fulfilled. So let's lay out today's agenda. Most importantly, we are here to have some fun and be open with yourself. We're going to be talking about how to prevent a midlife crisis and start the best and healthiest years of your life. I want you to look forward to the years to come as they should be your best. If you aren't looking forward to your future, then you're doing something wrong right now. In the training ahead, I'll be asking you a series of questions at the beginning of each of the shifts. Think through some of these questions. It's important to let your answers sink into your thoughts. How do these questions make you feel? Please feel free to write down some quick answers. And throughout the presentation today, I'm going to be challenging you to redefine certain parts of your life. I'm going to push you. Are you ready? Also, don't forget about the bonuses. You'll receive the slides to create more inspiration and motivation for you to move forward with your transformation. and the opportunity to talk directly to me to create more clarity in a 45-minute phone call about your goals and what you want for yourself than you've had all year. Are you ready? Let's do this. Shift number 1, envisioning your future for a midlife transformation without going through a midlife crisis. We will start with overall satisfaction with your life right now. Understand that you don't have to crash and burn, but can rise up to the life you desire to live. You get to set the standards that make life way more fun and a bit easier. I ask some powerful questions of you right now. What brought you to today's training? What do you want to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years of your life? In terms of health, relationships, your career? What is on your bucket list that you aren't anywhere near completing? If you haven't heard of the term bucket list before, it's simply a list of things you want to do before you die. For example, one of mine is to visit Australia. I even have family there that I can visit. I don't even know why I haven't been there yet. How do you want to feel in your day to day? Anyone I ever talk to could use more energy. And maybe you can too. Has this happened to you? I know it's happened to some of my clients in the past before they claim responsibility for themselves. You think that your dreams for your body, relationships, and career are unrealistic. I've even come across women who don't have any dreams at all, which is unfortunate. In life, we all have challenges in these particular areas, and we want to overcome these challenges and hold your dreams to the highest level possible. Now, you're probably wondering why I have this unusual and funny looking creature in the picture. Well, here it goes. Ever heard of the analogy crabs in a bucket? A fisherman has a bucket full of crabs. Every once in a while, one of these crabs tries to escape by crawling out the top of the bucket. When the crab is almost out of the bucket, the other crabs will pull that one back down to the bottom. The crabs won't let any single crab have success, but keep them trapped in the depths of that bucket with all of the others. Now, can you see how this analogy may fit into your own life? Say you recently had success losing some unwanted weight. Does it ever feel like people are always offering you sweets and high-calorie foods that may derail you? Friends say to you, relax, you deserve a break. Or how about, don't push too hard, or you'll wear yourself out. My clients hear this a lot when they are pushing their life forward and those around them aren't on the same path. As Dana turns her focus inward on taking better care of herself with both her physical body and mental energy, she noticed that a longtime friend of hers kept talking about how she was going to start losing weight by not eating and taking those pills and those patches to get rid of the weight. What she noticed was that her friend wasn't willing to do what it took to do the work that she was doing to improve her body. We'll talk about Dana more in a little bit. But I'm here to tell you, this is your life, and you can create some serious change. You can command what is going to happen within it. I've coached hundreds of women to lose some serious weight, win serious competitions, switch careers, increase their love life with their significant other, with some truly amazing outcomes. You simply need your own commitment to your true self and some strong accountability to go with it. Oprah says, you become what you believe, not what you wish or want, but what you truly believe. So start believing more in yourself right now. Start to become your own inspiration. And speaking of accountability, what's that look like in your life right now? So, On to challenge number 1. Tell 1 to 3 of the closest people you are going to commit to getting healthier in the next 6 months. We want to keep this personal to you, though. Only tell the people who will give you true support, as we don't want any crabs, so to speak, holding you back. Write those down now and let me know at least one of your choices in the chat box now. On to Dana. Let's take Dana for example. Dana has a very inspirational story that I must share with you. She let life take over for the past 15 years and just allowed it to run her life. Dana felt miserable about her physical body. Her weight was at an all-time high at 230 pounds. Her pant size continued to rise year after year, which left her wearing unflattering, uncomfortable clothes. She was stuck shopping in a part of the store she never used to even consider picking clothes from. She literally had no energy if she didn't drink a pot of coffee and some energy drinks throughout the day. Her confidence was at an all-time low. She stopped going out doing activities she actually enjoyed. She stopped spending time with those closest to her. Guess where she spent most of her time? Netflix, watching movies. When it came to work, she dreaded Mondays. She didn't even enjoy her work and would consistently complain about it. She stopped dating because she was unable to attract the type of person that would be perfect for her. But worst of all was how she was raising her children as a single mother too. Dana felt that she wasn't able to truly give her children 9 and 10 the leadership she knew she needed to have for them to grow up the way she intended. She realized that she wasn't being a strong role model of a mother they needed. She came to me having a deep desire to change, but didn't know how. She didn't know what the first steps were to her transformation. She simply knew that she needed to act. And that's where it all began. This was Dana's shocking yet simple breakthrough she needed. She said yes to herself. She believed she could change. Throughout us working together, Dana was finally given the support she needed to follow through on that yes she said to herself. She was finally able to become empowered through the action steps I helped coach her through. She truly redefined the person people knew her as. Was it easy? No, it wasn't easy, but the process was simple. She put herself first, and because of that, she walked her talk. I helped coach her through a physical transformation where she dropped over 50 pounds and has kept it off. She did this all without following some wacky diet plan. Her dress size dropped from a size 14 to a size 8. This resulted in a whole new wardrobe. What woman wouldn't love to have new form-fitting clothes that show off all the great parts of their body? Through taking full responsibility, she was incredibly inspired and capable. When this happens with my clients, it becomes a domino effect in which other areas of their lives must shift. Dana's relationship with her mother went from good to great. Her children started asking for more vegetables and not as much pizza. It's a fact all kids love pizza, and most adults do. The negative and draining relationships started falling off because they were unable to identify and commiserate with the older image they had of her. At work, her productivity went through the roof. She was not only being recognized by leadership, but she also received multiple bonuses and pay raises as a result of her transformation. Her career is now going in the direction she wants it to. Dana is one of my favorite transformations. as she stepped up, took charge of her own results, and did the work to make it happen. I thank her every day for that amazing work. Shift number 2, your relationship with your health. The second shift is more physical and focuses on your personal health, fitness, and nutrition. There's an old adage, you are what you eat. I can hear that in my mother's voice right now. Maybe your mother commented on things about your health to you as well. Also, in this day and age, people sit more than ever due to expanding technologies. Here's a typical day. Maybe you find yourself in people wake up earlier than they want to, so they can drive sitting in the car, to then sit all day at work, to sit on their way home, then arrive to sit down on the couch because they are tired. Does that resonate with you? Does that empower you to take this seriously and start setting your personal health higher than it is right now? I mean, who really wants to sit all day with little to no energy? That's not the life any of my clients want to live. Let's dive into the power of taking care of your physical needs. Ask yourself a few powerful questions. How do you feel in your body right now? Be honest. How hard do you think fitness has to be for you to have success? How would you rate your current level of fitness and exercise? 1 being out of breath when climbing the stairs, or 10 very capable with your strength and endurance? Now, I promise I was going to be unconventional here and push the limits. I'm going to ask you an unconventional question, but a very important one. When was the last time you felt good naked? Now think about this one. How's your sex life right now? These last 2 questions are very powerful and shed light on your personal confidence level in this moment. Now, on to nutrition. What is your relationship with food? Like now and in the past 20 to 30 years? Yes, that far back. Do you have any guilt around what you eat and when you eat it? Who prepares your food? Do you prepare it or someone else? Being comfortable in your own skin is so worth achieving. The way you feel about your body has a lasting effect on your mood when you look in the mirror. How you show up for your significant other during times of intimacy. Long gone are the days when you feel judged, shamed, disappointment, or unworthy. When you really get honest with yourself about your inner thoughts and feelings, most people would be shocked to hear the things they say to themselves. Now, as far as improving your fitness, you might think that you need to join an intense boot camp or a CrossFit class. Don't forget, I own 2 CrossFit gyms, and more often than not, people were very intimidated by it. Or how about being sore for the next week, not being able to even sit down on the toilet? Be in the gym 5 days a week doing 2 hours of cardio? But I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be so complicated. You need to create a healthy routine that you can actually commit to. Hopefully you've been taking some notes on your biggest takeaway so far. At this moment, I'd like you to write down what your ideal fitness routine is. Go ahead, start writing now. Does it involve cardio type exercises? Or do you do exercise outside or in the gym? Do you participate in group exercise classes, anywhere from a boot camp class to Zumba or yoga? Drop your answers in the chat box and we'll start a dialogue with it. Now that you have that down, it doesn't matter how you rate your level of fitness between 1 and 10. you know all you have to do is commit to taking the first step and then the next step after that. That is what the follow through is all about. Once you get into a healthy routine of using your body physically and becoming aware of your nutrition, the way your body looks will start to improve and tone up. You'll look better to yourself. Others will pay attention and notice and share compliments with you. Your confidence will go up and you'll start to truly appreciate yourself. So far, we've covered a wide amount of insights from your health and what that may be costing you, to what your vision of yourself should be like, to what limiting beliefs may be holding you back. Hopefully, you see the value in pointing these powerful insights out to you and making sure you are living a lifestyle that you want and deserve. Now let's talk about food. To some people, food can be as taboo as politics and religion. But it doesn't have to be that way for us. The way you look at and approach food tells a great deal about your inner mindset. Your overall health is affected by what you eat. It's not that you need to be spot on with your nutrition, always be clean eating, never splurging, only eating salads all day, every day. The best approach I've seen with my clients is when there's balance and a high level of awareness around foods going into their body. Later, I'll share a super easy approach that will make total sense to you and allow you to follow without issue. Let's spend a brief amount of time looking back into the past. As you grew up, how was the food looked at and thought of in your house? Do you remember the clean plate club? That was definitely a rule in my house. What was put on the plate was eaten. Did you have to finish your plate, or were you able to pick and choose what you ate? Same thing here. What was given to you was to be eaten. That's how it was in my house. Do you still follow that rule today? Often the crux of our health issues started in our childhood. Have you lived a quick and easy food approach the last 10 to 15 years where you ate out at fast food restaurants or ate protein bar for lunch because you were working through it? Do you feel you missed out on feeding yourself nutritious food that gives you energy rather than feeling zapped by 3 p.m.? Or ever experienced guilt after you ate something? Before you ate it, you even knew that you probably feel worse after eating it, both physically and mentally, but went ahead with it anyways. Or how about after a social event where you told yourself you'd be good and avoid the drinks, desserts, or simply overeating? Now, let's take a look back and understand how you learned about nutrition. Did you rely on what your parents told you about the food you ate? Did you later grow up and rely on marketing to tell you what healthy foods are and how you should be eating their company's food products? Does looking at these questions help create some insights to some of your current behaviors when it comes to what you eat? Over the past 12 years working with my clients, this system has produced the best results. 6 simple ways to allow you to eat in a healthy way without overcomplicating nutrition. Here we go. Number 1, drink enough water. 64 to 80 ounces every day. This helps with biological processes in the body and to help you fill up. 100 ounces for you overachievers out there. On to number 2. Eat enough protein. Studies suggest that 100 to 150 grams of protein is recommended to tone and tighten bodies. Protein sources can include meat, dairy, legumes, other vegetables, and even healthy fats can all contribute to your daily protein intake. Bonus here, protein also helps you feel fuller. Moving on to number 3. Eat enough fiber. We are looking for 25 to 30 grams a day. If you want to be an overachiever, I would push you over 30. Another bonus, fiber helps fill you up and feel fuller. Number 4, eat moderate amounts of carbs. Once you focus on the first 3 simple nutritional strategies, it becomes easier to avoid simple carbs that just add calories to your day. If you were to eat any carbs, you'd want to be eating complex carbs. They can be a great source of energy and fiber. Complex carbs are whole grains, root vegetables such as potatoes and carrots and more. Strategy number 5, limit fat. Fat is twice as much calories as carbs and protein. So although you should include healthy fats in your diet, such as nuts and mono and polyunsaturated oils like olive oil, you need to watch how much you eat. Now, there's avocados there, and avocados are definitely great to include in your diet. They contain plenty of fiber, vitamins, and are heart healthy. But remember, portion size. And the last strategy that we want to focus on here is reduce sugar. Sugar has negative effects to hormones such as insulin that directly relate to storing body fat. Alright, next up is a challenge. So I know we were just talking about food and shifting those habits, but I'm going to show you a simple challenge about physical activity. This shifts challenge is movement. It's important to everyone. Humans are made to move. And the simplest thing that you can do is to walk 15 to 25 minutes every day. In fact, I'd offer up this challenge to you. They say that 21 days starts to build a powerful life-changing habit. But let's break it down even more than that and commit to doing something as simple as walking 25 minutes a day over the next 10 days. This will in turn be creating some simple movement in your life. Now, if you're up to it, I'll offer a bonus challenge. The bonus challenge is directly related to food. It's to eat a vegetable with every meal. This could be as easy as adding some raw vegetables, such as carrot sticks, broccoli, or a spinach to each meal. I remember the day Natalie told me she was able to fit back into her favorite skinny jeans. She was so excited. This one key strategy was one Natalie relied on throughout the week, especially when she ate meals at work. Now, on to Cheryl. Cheryl was a busy business professional in the HR department of the large company Bridgestone. She is also a very dedicated runner. We started working together through the recommendation of her husband, John, because he understands how important running is to her, and she wasn't making it a priority any longer. Cheryl confided in me that she was beyond tired, especially when it came to her runs. This was important because without her runs, she didn't feel like herself. She felt down, and her energy was low, and her weight would creep up, popping her out of some of her important work attire. We figured out that because of the busyness of her work days, she would constantly work throughout any break she had in the day to get the work done. She is a hard worker just like you. Cheryl often skipped meals throughout the day and relied on drinking more coffee than water. She was a bit dependent on caffeine and the power hold it had on her energy. All of this heavily affected her energy and mood for her runs after work. John would even notice the effects all of this had on her, whether it was her running or just her general mood. Through the coaching, we found that skipping meals caused her to overeat when she had the opportunity to stop, sit, and eat. I specifically found this to be an issue with other clients as well. You get so wrapped up in your day, you forget to eat. We then turned the focus on her nutrition. We added in key meals throughout the day that fit her schedule and work situation. We also programmed specific runs and strength workouts that boosted her performance when running. She took time for herself and actually paused for lunch to not only nourish her body but recharge for the second part of the day. It was only natural that she became more productive at work because she had the energy without the caffeine to do it. On an even better note, she's able to run faster and was able to keep injuries away because her body could actually recover. She just finished the Akron Half Marathon happy and injury free. Now, the third shift has to come from a place inside you and is simply an extension of the physical self-care we mentioned in shift number 2. This third shift represents your mindset and how the way you think while operating in the environment around you has a tremendous impact both on your present self and future self. So although we've covered some powerful insights, I believe that your mindset is what sets you apart. It's critical for you to believe in yourself, as Oprah said earlier. Questions I challenge you with now. On a scale 1 to 10, 10 being amazing and 1 being subpar, how would you judge your current level of confidence in a few areas of your life? Write down a number for each of these areas. Health, nutrition, relationships with your friends and family, and your career. What internal conversation do you have with yourself? This is a tough one. How kind are you to yourself? Take a moment and reflect on this now. In your home, is it a place for you to recharge and gives you energy? Does the work or job that you do fill you up or drain your cup, so to speak? Has your relationship with your significant other gotten better or worse in the last few years? Alright, going back to the first question here. I'm going to give you some more time if you didn't write these down earlier. It's important that you put a number on these 4 areas of your life. Again, what's your level of confidence 1 to 10 in your health? Okay, nutrition, and then relationships, and finally your career. What did you come up with? How does the number you gave each area affect your current environment? Do you see how they could be negatively impacting you when the scores are low in those areas? 2 examples of how low scores could be showing up in your life are 1, always fighting with your significant other on in issues that just aren't important. Or 2, the lack of excitement when going to work each day, like every day is a Monday. Looking inward now. Oftentimes with clients, I'll address what is going on with their self-talk. Self-talk is that little voice inside your head that you often hear every day, all day. Is it a good thing or negative? Does it encourage or put you down? This is where people really let themselves down. Think about what was the last thing that little voice said to you. It had great impact, whether it was positive or negative. I've heard things like, I'm so fat, I hate the way I look, work sucks, Bill and I are always fighting, I'm not good at this, this is too hard, I don't know how to do it. On the flip side, we occasionally hear this, but not nearly as much. This is the positives I'm really excited about today. I'm grateful for such good friends. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I can do this. I am resourceful. I trust myself. Now let's talk about a place where you spend a fair amount of your time. It's your home. When you head home, is it welcoming you back to a place of love and care? Is your home organized enough to create space for you to do things that are important to you? Or does the clutter and stuff create blocks? I remember when Amy had cluttered up and messy bedroom. It was just messy. There were clothes everywhere. There's books everywhere. And nothing, just where boxes were piled on each other. She never had a place of peace and quiet. When she entered her room, she wasn't able to rest. There's always something to clean and something to put away. We've fixed that. Now, let's talk about the other place you spend most of your time, your work. Stop and think. Does your work have a positive effect on you? Why I ask is simple. Outside your home, you spend an awful lot of time here working every day and week. Most people work well over an 8-hour workday, and if you are on this training, you too may work even more as well. Now take a moment to reflect on how you show up at work. Think of all the situations you have been in at work over the last 4 weeks, not to mention 1 to 3 years. Does your work environment empower you to dream bigger and push harder? Or are you surrounded with a negative environment where you are dealing with people complaining or even worse, gossiping? That water cooler will get you every time. How have the closest relationships to you been lately? Jim Rohn puts it this way. You are the average of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. To extend on relationships, in those relationships, are you supporting each other to build an exciting life that you look forward to? Are you happy and eager to spend time together? Or is it filled with fights, bickering, poor support, and feeling of wanting more? Ever come across a toxic relationship in your life? I know I have. Next up, I call this the Time Audit Challenge. This is an important awareness exercise I have all my clients do. Once you gain perspective on how you're spending your time and what the actual result is from the time spent, you'll have an eye-opening experience which will help dictate how you proceed with the most valuable asset we have in life, which is time. Now, I know this might sound crazy, but for the next 3 days, I want you to write down what you do every hour. Bonus, you can write down for every 15 minutes. When Amy did this challenge, she began to see how much time she spent on social media sites and shopping. Through this, we began to allocate specific amounts of time that she could actually be on Facebook or YouTube. We also saved her plenty of money because she wasn't being exposed to the amazing and powerful Amazon. They will find you and get your money. Because we've been able to organize Amy, she spends a lot more time doing important tasks that need done and add to her life. We've talked about Dana and Cheryl. Now I want to talk about Esmeralda. Here's Esmeralda's story. As a very busy traveling professional, Esmeralda would seem to be out of the country more than she was actually in it. This was okay with her to a certain point, and then she started becoming aware of the personal discomfort she was feeling not only in her work but in her body as well. Esmeralda told me she would often be left exhausted from long plane rides, lack of healthy options for her food, and the lack of physical activity from the busy schedule due to her work. Sometimes her travel would last over 15 hours before she was able to get to her destination. Talk about no free time. Whenever she has tried to physically change her body in the past, she had been left frustrated with the lack of progress and change. She's had coaches and done other programs in the past, but has been left frustrated and discouraged. These were powerful reasons why she needed to shift. She needed to shift her life to what she really wanted for herself, not what her work planned for her. As we started working together, she began to blossom into a person she was really happy with. Self care became a priority, from watching the foods she would eat to scheduling exercise despite being in another country. It was really awesome to see this change start to take hold. The work she did wasn't something that really filled her up, and especially filled up her emotional cup. As a consequence of losing over 25 pounds and feeling more confident than in the last 7 years, she had the courage to stand up and start looking for a better position in her field that would require less travel and better responsibilities. The best part is, if she doesn't find another position within her current company, she is fully prepared to look outside, and after being an employee for 14 years with the same company, that takes courage. She is confident in her professional abilities to take this on. She ultimately realizes the environment she was living and working in needed to change. And I'm so proud of her for taking action to get to her next step in her life, which is total transformation. P.S. One of her most exciting accomplishments she shared with me was fitting into normal knee-high boots. She hadn't worn a pair of those in many years, as they would not fit around her legs, her calves specifically. Now, is this the time to start asking some empowering questions to yourself? These questions should challenge you to take some action, to take the next step. I spent a fair amount of time thinking and coming up with these just for you. How can you tell you are in need of a life change? Sit back and think for a second about what brought you here. What pain are you living in with that you simply cannot take any longer? How has your life been in the last 5 to 10 years? Has it been the time of your life filled with fun and enjoyable moments like travel and family gatherings? Are you stressed out? Is your hair turning gray? Do you feel beat up from the demands of life? When you look in the mirror, is it filled with excitement or despair? Do you avoid them at all costs? I've talked with women in the past that have went to the point of covering them up. The mirrors. They cover up the mirrors and avoid them. When last did you have the energy needed to live each day to its fullest? A quick example here is, how many times are you hitting the snooze button before you absolutely have to get out of bed in the morning? Are your relationships filling up your emotional cup or taking from it? Do you have a few close and personal relationships that make a difference in your day? Are you getting the support you need in your life to enjoy life to the fullest? Whether it's from a friend, family, or a coach. Most importantly, are you excited about your future? Does tomorrow excite you? Now, you have a choice. So we've gone through 3 shifts you need to create a midlife transformation, and there are really only 2 options you have after today. You can stay stuck in the same unhealthy habits that have gotten you to this point. Or you can grab life by the horns and actually create a real midlife transformation and begin the happiest and healthiest years of your life. Imagine what it would be like to feel energetic in the morning so you are ready to take charge of your day. Or be proud of your body so you can shop your own wardrobe once again. Be excited to put on your favorite skinny jeans again. Am I right, ladies? Have amazing sex again where you can truly express yourself with your partner. Connect on a high level with your close family and friends to offer true connection with them. Eat foods that fuel your daily high energy needs. Gain the confidence back that you've been missing and deeply desire. Challenge yourself to take the next steps in your career. Appreciate life at a whole new level of living. And lastly, live each day as if it was the best day of your life. What would a transformation like this be worth to you? I hope you'd agree that it would be priceless. But in order to achieve this, you need to recognize that you need help, and kudos for attending this training. To work with someone who has an expertise in helping women just like you create midlife transformations. Gain the accountability to follow through with your specific goals to help you create the life you want. Gain the support needed for you to be able to push past limiting beliefs and old behaviors. Know the next phase of your life needs to be the best phase. Understand that no matter how busy you are, no time is better to start than now. Lastly, believe that you can do it. Believe in yourself, just as Oprah said earlier. Really appreciate you stayed through the training and know you're looking for what your next step is. I want to make sure that I've delivered some amazing value and got you to stop and think about where you currently are. If you are one who wants that next step, do I have your permission to tell you more about how I can help you achieve the midlife transformation you've been looking for? Again, it all started with Emmeline 2 years ago and wanting only the best for her life. So I'm on a mission to make sure women in their late 30s and early 40s don't lose steam, but instead find complete fulfillment in their lives. And it starts with emotional and physical health, which we cover in depth through my program. Awesome. I can't wait to share with you. So let's talk about how I can help. So that is why I'm so excited to introduce to you Momentum, my 3-month one-on-one coaching program, Fit and Fulfilled at 40. I've been in the fitness field a long time, and most programs for women are about weight loss and the workout. But hardly anyone is focusing on total transformation, inside and out, holistic transformation, and that is what I've been focusing on for the past 5 years. Here are a few things that I found to be a struggle for some. Feeling as if there's a glass ceiling in your career and you don't know how to break past it. When was the last time you even looked at a food label, if you even know how to read one in the first place? Most women are intimidated by the gym, and if they made it there, they often feel lost and get discouraged from all the men in the weight room at the gym. I found that most have okay at best relationships that feel as if the flame of passion dwindles with each passing year. All of a sudden, you have a roommate living with you instead of a connected relationship. Most struggle to live a life that they are excited about. They settle in for the day to day thinking that this is the best it can get. Don't know how to feel more confident in their everyday life. They don't understand that they have direct power to influence how they live. These are just some of the topics we will be covering inside Momentum. You've made it this far in the training, so I can tell you're someone who's really committed. You're ready to invest in your time, energy into yourself. So I want to go through my program in detail so you know every part of how it can help you and if this program could be the right investment for you. Week number 1, setting the foundation. It's a 2-hour intensive. In the first session, we will get clear on why you want to make this life change and what this life change will mean for your future. We will discuss how to start shifting your mentally for positive change. Developing powerful habits in week number 2. Habits rule your life, whether positive or negative. We'll have you examine your lifestyle and create awareness around your habits. We will map out an ideal lifestyle that will work best for you. In week number 3, it's all about nutrition. Nutrition in your lifestyle. Part number 1. We will examine a daily nutritional structure for you, what to eat and when. I will teach you the 6 solid nutritional strategies that stand the test of time and pass any fad. In week number 4, nutrition in your lifestyle continued. I'll teach you the top 10 fat loss commandments and the benefits they will have on your nutrition. I will teach you how to read food labels and how it impacts your food choices. Week number 5, fitness in your life, part 1. We will discuss the most beneficial way for you to work out and exercise for your lifestyle. I will help you establish accountability structures for staying active on a regular basis. In week number 6, more fitness. We will design your specific fitness plan to create the rockin' body you deserve. You will learn how to design your own cardio, strength, and core workouts that will build the muscle, tone, and definition you desire in your body. After working with hundreds of women at this point, it's implementation week. Typically, we can really see what's working and where we need to go with you. So that's week number 7, implementation week. We will discuss the program so far. What are the biggest challenges to date? What's working? What are your biggest insights to your own life based off what you've talked about so far? How is your nutrition working in your life? We will implement your personal nutrition and fitness program and put it all into action. In week number 8, mindset and well-being. I will share with you your top 10 mindset shifts that can transform the quality of your life now. We will do an inventory of your stress levels from work, family, friends, etc., and discuss a plan to reduce stress. Number 9, week 9, building confidence. We will talk about how confidence is found in 3 ways: through your physiology, what you focus on, and changing your belief systems. We will discuss the topics of self-sabotage, avoiding pain, and seeking pleasure. In week number 10, your internal environment. We will hone in your inner self-talk and break any negative patterns. We will discuss the power of daily meditation and journaling exercises to being calm and bringing positivity into your life. In week 11, your external environment. We'll take inventory on your relationships. How has your relationship with your significant other changed in the last few weeks? Who are your 5 closest friends and what effects are they having on you? How have your relationships shifted since starting the program? We will examine the energy of your living space and workspace and any adjustments that can help bring in more positive balanced energy. And lastly, week number 12, mapping out the future. It's another 2-hour intensive. Woohoo! By now, you've reached the end of the program and amazing things are happening in your life. Just remember some of the stories I shared with you from Dana, Cheryl, Esmeralda, and the others. We will wrap up our program diving in over those 2 hours. We'll create a solid foundation for life transformation. Now, we'll take the next steps that go into your future. We will discuss our program together, your biggest accomplishments, your favorite new habits, and how you can continue the momentum as you continue to build your new life. We will discuss systems to put into place that will help you continue to build your ideal life. Now, I want to say that my program is an investment in yourself. This is not a Band-Aid program. This is the real deal. Once we dive into your journey, into what your journey should look like, there is no turning back. We will push your life to new limits, and you should be really excited to do so. This is a one-on-one coaching program with weekly calls and check-ins and unlimited email access to me. I want to remind you again, how much is your health worth to you? How much is having confidence in yourself worth? How much is having a body you desire worth? How much is having sustained energy throughout the day worth? How much is gaining a deeper appreciation of who you are worth? So, if you are someone who is ready to make this transformation, who is done with the fad diets and programs, who is finished being stressed out and overwhelmed, and is committed to making change, then let's do this. Book a call and let's talk. The Midlife Transformation Success Call lasts about 45 minutes, and we'll do a full assessment of your health and lifestyle and the transformation you need to make right now. Here's the button that you need to click on to schedule your call. It's right over there to the side. Just wanted to let you know I only work with a certain number of people per month and have limited slots available. So grab yours while they're available. When you get to the scheduling page, you'll want to click on a time that works for you. It looks like this. Then enter your personal info like your name, email, phone number so I can give you a call. Apply now. Now's the time. There is no better time to start than now. Why am I doing this? It's simple. I love giving back. It's about helping women claim who they are. It's about truly helping them achieve their goals. Plus, I know that you might want my help to help you transform your life. If so, we can discuss it and see if it's a good fit for both of us. If not, that's fine too. So let's talk. As I said in the beginning, I thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing how those challenges help provoke a number of insights that will help shape your new year. Again, sign up. I look forward to speaking with you. I look forward to changing your life starting right now. This is Coach Brian signing off.